cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, K Money, and in the building with me, my co-host, Freddie G, Slash, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. And you can find us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast, Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And if you're on YouTube, please don't forget to like and or subscribe. What's up, fellas? Welcome to another True Tuesday. Today's topic, man, I wanted to discuss, when we patronize a business, the service that we're expecting, we don't necessarily receive that. It's not up to our expectations. I've seen certain videos where I've seen where customers have gotten irate and they've taken matters in their own hand. If they didn't get their money back or get provided something to substitute, the service that they were originally trying to get. So I was just thinking, man, that for example, one of the stories I recently saw was. This lady, I read this one actually, lady in Detroit ended up pepper spraying her stylist because the service, I guess, she wasn't pleased with the hairdo that she was given, which, that's totally out of line. That's assault, really. Yeah. And I don't think, as a customer, you should resort to those type of measures. A business should already have in mind that we as customers have I don't know the correct terminology I'm looking for, but customers generally are always right. That's how they should be treated.
Right.
Now the service that's being provided, again,
needs to be right too.
I agree with that. I'm just thinking with this lady getting her hair done. I'm not a barber or anything like that, but I have been in the barber's chair. And throughout the time that I'm getting a cut, there's a mirror that I can see, but the barber is also kind of showing me at times, what I'm looking. Well, I ain't got a cut in a minute, so I don't know if they wait till the end of the cut to show you. But like I said, there is a mirror where you can kind of see the status of that work being done.
Yeah, sorry.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't understand why this lady didn't see early on before her stylist was done that this. She wasn't gonna be pleased with this.
With the hairstyle.
Yeah, with this hairstyle, because again, now she didn't picked up on the assault case.
Yeah.
I've seen another situation where this lady was in a nail shop. Mm-hmm. She didn't like her. She was asking for her money back on getting her nails done.
Yeah. Right.
So the shop owners refused to give her money back. So her boyfriend ended up going in and just pretty much destroying the shop.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So these people are picking up cases which is going to cost more than what the service that you originally was asking for. Are there different ways? Do you guys have any ideas on different ways that, we could handle this if we don't get, let's say, our money back, if we're asking for our money back, or if they don't provide us with another type of service to substitute or just to compensate us?
I think that would be the compensation if you're not going to return my money. You're going to have to do this service again better if you're not going to return my money,
Yeah.
Now, it's actually best if you just return my money, then we just done with it all together, because just like I gave it to you, you can give it back.
Now, I do agree with that, Slash. However, it also depends on the type of service being provided because, there's a million type of ways that we need some type of and I'm thinking real broad, like not in the examples I use, it was dealing with your hair and your nails, but sometimes you may have work done on your car,
right?
And
now it within reason, I understand that, because of course when those mechanics do work, you got to pay for. They removed and replaced, and it took a lot of work to do that.
A lot of work.
But it's different from doing hair. And even if if she sat there and got her hair braided for 4 hours, then
What if they did all that and your car still don't work though? You think I still gotta pay for it?
Well, you got no, I'm not paying for it if my car don't work.
That's what I'm saying. Now,
No,
even though they dumped all that in, took the engine out, took the motor out, whatever they did, and if it still don't work.
But see, in those examples, actually with the car, they normally don't ask you to pay until after the work is done. So you kind of know, you should know if your car is going to work. But it's a lot of times you can drive off that property.
And then later on.
Stop working.
And come up with the issue then.
Well, they got to fix it now. I mean, they're not going to give you a refund. I don't believe that.
And I done gave you 4, 5. Yeah. Just say I got a new engine. Just say a brand new engine, $5,000. Right?
So that's why I say within reason.
Yeah.
A certain labor is worth a certain amount of money, whether it's right or wrong. You still got to pay for that, But they have to credit whatever the work is to you and do it again.
Yeah. You
know what I mean?
I got you.
And fix it.
Yeah. So full confession. This is why I was laughing earlier when you was talking about the barber. I completely forgot about, and it's so funny, if you listen, we talk about our shows before we start our shows, we have our meetings. But when he started the show, you brought back a memory. I couldn't stop laughing. So let me tell you what happened. Me and my brother, we both had 2 jobs, but we were roommates too. This is years ago, probably about 25 years ago. And we would miss each in working. So we both only had Sundays off, like Sunday mornings. So he said, "Hey man, it's a guy at the corner. He's an African guy. They have a shop up there. He cuts hair." So I talked to him earlier that morning. So he got his hair cut. He didn't see him again in that evening. So I went and got my hair cut. I didn't talk to my brother. Now this man, when he cut my hair, and I'm not joking, when he edged me up, all around was bleeding. All around the edges was bleeding. His razor. Oh, I was bleeding. Yeah, I was bleeding. The whole edge up was bleeding. You know how you see them little lines on the thing? It was bleeding. I was pricks of blood. This man had engraved me in my head.
He made you an edge.
So I said, "Hey man, bro, what's this, bro?" He had a whole attitude. Now here's why I started laughing. I tipped him. I tipped him. I shouldn't even paid him.
Exactly.
I just started laughing.
So question, when did you see the blood?
I saw it right away because it was stinging.
You should have felt it.
I felt it.
And you just kept on letting them.
And he put the alcohol in. He patted down. It disappeared for a little minute. It disappeared. But it disappeared. It disappeared for a hot. But I was still high. It was still stinging.
So you was pleased with the cut?
No. That's why I'm laughing, because I tipped him and I was not pleased. Why did I tip him?
And that M has been on your head ever since.
Oh my, I cannot let it go. I'm like, what was I thinking? For real. So sometimes as customers, you make dumb decisions.
Well, you was just you was just being yourself, man. So don't be tough on you.
Question, how old were you, Cyrus, again? I'm sorry,
maybe about
Comedian
20. My mom was still alive, so about 25.
Okay, so you went fresh to the chair then. You had gotten several cuts.
Cuts before, yeah, but I guess.
Well, that's on you right there, bro.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know, but I want my money back now.
It's too late.
but in a situation like that, Slash, you were saying that they would have to fix it. So I mean, if you getting a haircut, how you go fix a fucked up haircut?
Man, you really can't. It's got to grow back. But at that point, you got to credit me and let me know, okay, man, I'm gonna take care of you.
The next one is free. Something like that.
Free. Yeah. Tell me that at least.
Yeah. At least tell me that.
And give me the choice of whether or not I want to come fuck with you.
Okay, I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? But don't just count me out like, nigga, fuck you.
Exactly.
I'm gonna keep your money, nigga, and I ain't gonna do now. You got to credit something somewhere. And that's only fair.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I agree with you. And that's normally when things go south. The wrong choice of words are being used.
That's correct.
And people can escalate the situation when it really doesn't have to be.
I got another one. I used to own my own roadside assistance company, and I would provide customer service. People lock the keys in the car, tire changes, gas deliveries, whatever. But this is when Ford Focuses first came out. Now, Focuses were hard. Of all the Ford cars, the Focus was the hardest to get into. So you have to use like a swan tool, which went from the outside to the inside. But that tool would break the window, shatter the window sometimes. You know, sometimes you'll shatter a window in this business. Some people, okay, replace my window, we cool.
Right.
I actually had a customer say, I need a whole car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I broke the window, but you want a whole car. You want to sue me for a whole car.
Well, see, they was just being an asshole.
Yeah. So sometimes it's the customer's not always
Well,
right.
because they're not pleased. And that's just their way of showing their frustration to make it seem, more than what it is in reality. Because a lot of them do that. But, I think that's all that was. But I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get that.
So in that example that you were just using, Comedian 96, what was the outcome? I mean, obviously you didn't provide discussion with a new car, but
No, I ended up. I think I paid for the window and then got them a gift certificate to Ruth Chris. I think that's what I had. I ended up spending $300 to Ruth Chris, and then the window was like $140. So I'm about $450.
So you felt you were right for doing that? I mean, you only done it because of what the threat that they made? Or?
Yeah, I mean, $300 to a $30,000 car. Okay.
Yeah, but do you honestly think
it's not fair? But I did break the window.
Right, you broke the window and you paid for the window. So why are you paying extra?
Well, exactly, it's not fair.
When you say in that business, that's something that occasionally happens.
Yeah,
right.
it occasionally happens. It's not fair, but I mean,
they won on that.
They won.
Yeah, because
they could have really won.
Window now.
Yeah, they could have really won and got a car. I mean, what if they took me to court and then I had to pay their lawyers' fees and all that. Let me go and give you this $300, man. Get your rabbit ass on. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
You honestly think that you would have, if it was a chance that you could have lost that, had it gone to court and had to purchase another vehicle for the...
Well, I didn't have it at that time because roadside assistance 24 hours. I didn't have the time to be going to courts, lawyers. I didn't need no extra on my plate. So anything that I can do out of court, I was okay with it.
Right, I understand. And spending that extra $3 at Roots and Chris.
$300. If he wants that, go and get you a meal. That meal probably, they didn't digest that.
So what if that wasn't enough for them?
If that wasn't enough, it depends on how much they would have asked for. It was a limit. I had in my head, if it was a certain limit, I'd be like, nah, you tripping. You get what I'm saying? So it's a certain limit I would have went to. That they would have. Anything over 501, I would have been. I'm good.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, $501 and 1 cent. I would have said no.
Hey, so we talked about services like at a beauty shop or a barber shop and automotive. What about medical? You know, if you had something done that was medical that you wasn't pleased with,
that's lawsuit.
Man, that's lawsuit.
Malpractice.
Yeah, you see a lot of those. They leave the tools inside their bodies. You've seen that before, Freddie G, huh?
Well, yeah, I've heard of stories where tools and stuff was left inside the body. So, real quick, before I touch on the medical, so you guys talked about beauty shops and barber shops,
right?
Mm-hmm. I was waiting to see if one of you guys would say this. So think about it. For the most part, people who go to the barber shop and the beauty shop, they have their standard barber and their standard beautician.
Facts.
So chances are they've been to them over the years. Now, I will say that both, they have their have you ever gotten a haircut and you be like, boy, the haircut looking good. Then the next time you got to cut, like, you was a little off today. Yeah. You didn't really tell your barber that he was off because you used to going to him and you used to seeing him and you know he do good work or or she
so you really
do good work.
Trip.
So you don't trip, but you know it's a little
it ain't like
last time because they had an off day.
Yeah. But it wasn't bad either because it wasn't bad to where you wanted to go.
Yeah, to get your money back.
Yeah.
But you got to think about it though. This is the point I'm trying to make. For a person to go to that next level, either they were just going to this shop for the first time, and Comedian 96's story. It sounds like the African bleeding barber cut. It sounds like that was your first time visiting him.
Yeah, it was. It was a Sunday
night. So I
night.
could see that if now I wouldn't have tipped him, but I could see how you could demand your money back. Hey, I'm not pleased with this haircut.
Yeah, if you see this blood,
Man,
come
please
on, man.
give me my money back, or at least give me half of my money back.
Yeah.
Because I'm not pleased with this cut.
I'm not paying you, Jack.
Yeah, and so
Okay,
I can
Richard
see
Roundtree.
that. But if it's your beautician or your barber that you've been going to over the years, and they had an off day, I don't see where you would want to go as far as ending a customer and business relationship because you know that they do good work.
Yeah.
Now, in regards to the medical and Community 96, you use the tools being left inside and all that stuff. I get that part. That's a malpractice suit, right? But if it's somebody that doing a medical procedure that you're not happy with, chances are you probably signed a waiver to get cosmetic surgery done. Yeah. And there are risks to all of that type of stuff. Yeah. And they make you sign paperwork. Even if you're going to, you may not have no cosmetic surgery, but like for instance, if you're getting your tubes tied or you're getting a vasectomy or something like that, they're going to make you sign paperwork so that hey, that there is a risk. Yeah. So you can't really be upset if you sign that paperwork on the medical standpoint to know that there's a risk, and then that risk actually happens to you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a slim chance, just like you say with the vasectomy. I can imagine a guy getting that done and it doesn't work. The disappointment and anger that he probably would have.
Yeah, think of man. I think Antonio Cromartie, an NFL player, if I'm not mistaken, and our listeners out there, you can probably leave a comment on YouTube and correct me if I'm wrong. But he had a vasectomy, but ended up having twins after that.
Wow, I heard that story.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, I want my money back. Yeah. But I heard on the vasectomies, you have to wait 60 days before you engage anyway. Even after you have to wait about 60 days. So, I mean, think about it as a man who, I'm just saying.
So if you break the 60 days,
you can still possibly have a baby.
So you've just got a vasectomy for nothing.
Pretty much, yeah. You have to wait a certain period. I think it's either 60 or 90 days after the vasectomy. So if he tapped something on day number 2, it was just like nothing ever happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Freddie G and Slash, I wanted to ask you fellas a question, because I know you guys both regularly go to the barber shop, so y'all have a relationship with y'all's barber. Have y'all ever told them that y'all wasn't pleased with their?
No, that's not. Nah,
I've actually I've never been like totally dissatisfied, but I've actually said, man, don't go up so high this time because last time, blah, 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 blah.
That's it.
Or don't do it this one because last time, such. Right. But I know overall, his work overall, I'm pleased
always
with his work.
Yeah.
But everybody have an off day, man. Yeah. There's sometimes where,
Yeah. But I've never had that time where I'd be like, man, I'm not going to pay you for this haircut.
No. Overall, my barber is he nice.
I'm cool with it because I know, like you say, the work you do is good. It's like, why get a haircut and put a hat on?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? His work is that good where even if he had an off day.
If he had an off day, he still running circles around.
You just know. Yeah.
Because it's your head.
You know the finishing touch that he normally do. He might just not have got it that good that day.
Just make it right next time.
Understandable.
Next time, make me look good.
I don't think I've ever seen an unhappy customer in a shop where they did
not a barber.
I've actually had, when I was stationed in San Diego, and I had a flat top. And the barber that I usually go to, he wasn't in. And this other barber cut my hair. And I wasn't pleased with it. And then he tried to, well, man, I gave you what you said. I said, man, you don't even know what the hell you gave me. And I went off. Yeah. And I did not pay him. You know, so I did go off, but I think it depends on what services you're getting to determine whether your calmness level. Let me go a little bit deeper, K Money.
Go ahead.
So when you're dealing with my physical appearance, and you just I'm really jacked up some kind of way. Now I know hair grow back, but this is dealing with my physical appearance, and I'm not happy with this, so I don't want to pay for this. Versus me, and y'all probably remember this. Y'all remember one day we were in McDonald's. We had to have an emergency meeting.
Oh, I do.
Yeah. And we had an emergency meeting in McDonald's. And we needed to, we were dealing with some money at the time. And Comedian 96, you went to get a $20 bill broken, but they wouldn't do it.
I remember that. Yeah.
And kind of gave you a little attitude.
Yeah, I remember.
So you came back and you were like, man, they didn't break 20. So I said, give it to me. And K Money asked me, you gonna take your mask off? And I told him, no, he didn't ask me at the time. Was I gonna take my mask off? I went up there and I came back, but I bought something. And got and got change to do what we needed to do. And then K Money asked, did you take your mask off? I was like, nah, I just went and bought something. Yeah. But there was a situation where that didn't call for me to act a certain kind of way.
Right.
You know, versus, you know, the bad haircut I got in San Diego, I acted a certain kind of way. So I think it depends on, you know, the situation to determine on your reaction.
Right, I agree with that. The shop that you went to that gave you that bad haircut, did you revisit the shop?
Yeah, because my actual barber is there. He just wasn't there for that day. And I needed to get a cut.
So you didn't pay this brother, but you went back the next. He was okay with you not paying him?
Yeah, he was nervous.
Oh, okay.
He was nervous. Now I will say this. I was in my early 20s. He had to be about in his early 50s, early to mid 50s, right? And I had a few drinks too, you know, and I was on some shit back then, you know. So he really won't. But at the same time, the other barbers in there knew that you did fuck his head up.
Yeah.
Oh, so they was co-signing.
No, they didn't really co-sign, but they knew. They knew what the fuck they saw.
Yeah.
They knew my shit was fucked up.
Turned your flat top to a wop top.
Yeah, they knew my shit was fucked up.
He knew.
Yeah.
Shout out to Afrocentric.
That was in San Diego?
Yeah, San Diego.
Shout out Afrocentric. All right, well, I want to thank y'all for joining us, and keep in mind, you know, whenever you out there getting any type of, taking care of any type of business, you know, just keep in mind that nobody's perfect, and we all make mistakes. Just be mindful on how you handle those issues and resolve them. Again, thank y'all for joining us. Peace out. This concludes another True Tuesday episode, and be sure you tune in tomorrow for Women Wednesday with Freddie G. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And for all you YouTubers, don't forget to like and subscribe. And to all my 52 Scott faithfuls, it may be new to you, but if you heard it here, then you know it's true.